guys. Raise your hand. How many of you put yourself on your love list? Your top 5. No, family's not you. 2, 3 of you.
You didn't put yourself.
One's a liar, I guess. I guess truth is not in your top 5. I want you to think about that. There's 37 of you in this room, and 2 of you put yourself on the 5 things you love the most in life. Now, some say that, oh, that's selfish. No, it's not. And I asked one of the kids last period, why did you put himself first on his love list? And he said, you can't spread the mayo if you don't have the mayonnaise. I was like, what? Okay, I kind of like that. You can't spread the mayo if you don't have the mayonnaise. I can't give you $20 if I only have 5 in my wallet. You cannot fully love other people until you've learned to fully love yourself. And in a culture that spends billions of dollars and works overtime to make you hate yourself, so you buy products you don't need and don't work to make you feel better about yourself, maybe the greatest, most rebellious act of all is learning to love yourself and put yourself on your love list. We talked a few weeks ago about gold medal in love, loving first. Loving first means a few things. It means being the first to say I love you and show I love you in your relationships, all of them. Loving first means putting love first. That means thought, word, deed, action. But loving first also means loving yourself first. And not like Kanye, crazy, all about me, I'm the best in the world love. That's really insecurity. That's ego. I'm talking about real love. We're working on love poems tomorrow. And tonight you're going to look at definitions of the 4 types of love the Greeks gave. Agape, phileo, storge, and eros. Most of us think that love is only like that romantic Valentine's Day love. No, there's so much more to that. When I say to you every day for the first day of school, I love you all big, giant, much, how can I say I love you I don't know you? You only need to know who you are. I love you because I'm someone who loves. And the love I'm talking about is what the Greeks call agape love. It's a behavior, it's a deliberate decision. But the great irony of life is the more you behave in a loving way towards someone, the more love you can feel towards them. Does anyone know what this is right here? A what? A what? A treasure chest. Tell me, what are some of the kinds of things you would expect to see in a treasure chest? Gold. Someone said candy. Booty. Oh, like
yeah, not
treasure, like pirate booty. Okay? Yeah, not like cake, but pirate booty. Okay, yeah, it's like, I get you. What else? Treasure. I know, what kind of treasure? Saying jewelry, expensive stuff. Okay, makes sense. On your desk right now, every one of you was given today a gold skeleton key with the word love on it. When I was a little kid, I used to always visit my grandma who lived in Michigan. All my family goes back to my mom and my dad's side to Michigan for like 200 plus years, all the way past Civil War time. And so my grandma, she died when I think was a junior in high school. She was 93 years old, so she had a lot of old stuff in her house. And for some reason, when I was a little boy, my favorite thing to play with was she had these skeleton keys. And for some reason, I just loved them. This is one of them right here, attached to the Schultz Chevrolet, Alpena, Michigan, my grandfather's car dealership. Does anyone know the mythology of skeleton keys? Like, what's the rumored magic behind a skeleton key? Does anyone know? Say it again. They open up treasure chests. Okay, yes. That's part. What else do they open up?
Any lock.
Yeah, they open up any lock. That's the mythology of the skeleton key. And so, I didn't really know as a kid, but for some reason I loved this, the feel, the shape, the look, the sturdiness of it. It was like 6 keys on it. This was my favorite design of all the skeleton keys. And every time I say, Grandma, can I have the skeleton keys, take them home? And she would say, no, you're not ready yet for the power. You're not ready for the magic, Steve. And then one day, I was a freshman in high school, just like you are right now. I went to visit my grandmother with my dad, her son, and my little brother. And what I didn't know, but I think she did, was this was the last time I would see my grandmother. And she was acting differently. And I'm too young to notice it at the time. And she said, Steve, I have a gift for you. And she gave me the thing of skeleton keys. And I was all excited. And she said, this skeleton key opens up the greatest treasure there is. And I'm going to give you this treasure chest. It was this little tin box that I used to call a treasure chest when I was a little boy. And I was always excited. I was just like you. I thought, oh my gosh, my grandma's giving me a treasure chest. This skeleton key opens up. I was expecting gold, diamonds, pearls, watches, all the stuff you just named. Booty, all, all of it. And there we go, my grandma and I put the skeleton key in. I was all excited. It wasn't this box, it was a different box. I opened it up, and guess what was inside? It was empty. Or so I thought. And back then, unlike this generation, you weren't allowed to disrespect your elders. So I was trying to not show my disappointment. I was like, oh, Grandma, did you forget to put it in? There's nothing in the box. And she kind of had this like, this little kid. And she said, Steve, everything that matters in life is already on the inside. All that doesn't matter is on the outside. Focus on what's in. I was like, yeah, but Grandma, where's the gold? And she said, Steve, you got to read this book. And she hands me this thing that I thought was like a book of spells, like a witchcraft book, but it says Words of Life. Now, most 15-year-old young men don't get excited about a big-ass book as a gift from Grandma. I wanted the gold. I was like, oh, thanks, Grandma, Words for Life. And she said, you got to read this book first, and then the skeleton key will unlock the greatest treasure. Because mythology, the key is the person holding the key has to be worthy in order for it to unlock the treasure chest. The holder of the key must be worthy for the locks to unlock. And my grandma said, you'll be worthy once you read the book. And I was still kind of stoked and excited about the keys, disappointed about the empty treasure chest, and didn't really care much about the book. And it was heavy and big. But it's a long flight back from Michigan to California. And on that flight, I opened it up somewhat. It's a bunch of philosophies and quotes and sayings of some of the greatest minds ever of her era. But when I got home, I put the book away. I put the treasure chest, I think, in the garage, but I kept my skeleton keys. I like those things on my desk. I kind of didn't touch the book for a while. And my grandma got sick. And my grandma died. And when she died, I thought about the book. And I went in and started reading it again. And I couldn't put it down, and I read and read and read. And when I finished, I almost wanted to weep. Because my grandma, my whole family on that side, is the people that don't really share their feelings very much. Not go to the F word we talk about here, feelings. Well, all artists must be great at expressing how you feel. And so she needed a book of someone else's thoughts and philosophies to try and teach her grandson what she wanted me to learn. And there's amazing wisdom in that book. And it started me on my journey to become a writer and a reader. My grandma planted that seed. And see, what all the words in that Words of Life book talked about were really one word. And I all of a sudden thought about the skeleton key and the treasure chest. And I went and I got it. And I'm different now, thanks to reading that stuff, absorbing the wisdom of the words. Your words create your world. And I went back to that treasure chest, and I opened up the lock. I turned the skeleton key. I popped it open, and guess what was on the inside? It was empty. But not really. Because there was something right there in the bottom of the chest. Something that had been there the entire time. My eyes were too busy focused on my disappointment of no gold and jewels. I didn't see what my grandma told me. Steve, everything that matters is already on the inside. So the outside doesn't really matter. And right there in the bottom of this box, and 93-year-old old grandma in cursive, were 4 letters written in ink on the bottom of the tin box, the treasure chest. Was one word. Was the word that every word in the Words of Life book she gave me were all trying to teach. It was L-O-V-E, love. The greatest treasure you have in life is the love you unlock in the lives of others. That's the key to life, is the love in your life, the love you give away in life. The key to your life is the love you give away to elevate the lives of other people. It's not gold bars and diamonds and jewels, and it sure ain't booty. But it's nice. Treasure's nice. Things are nice. Nothing wrong with those things. But keep the main thing the main thing. And I couldn't believe it. It was there the whole time. And ever since then, I've been trying to help other people unlock that treasure. It's why for every year I spend my own money and give all of my students, all 200 every year, their own skeleton key. Yours says the word right on it this year. Gold, love. That's your highest achievement. Doing well for yourself is good, but doing good for others is greater. Love is greater than everything. You know, on my lapel pin, when I was walking in Res, I was, who's on my lapel pin, Res? Popeye.
Oh, yeah, I said it earlier.
Yeah, you did say Popeye. And Popeye is known for eating the spinach and becomes bigger and stronger. Love is your spinach. Love is how you gain strength. Love is how you overcome doubt. Love is how you overcome fear. Love is how you overcome haters and critics and mean people. Love is how you find meaning when you encounter mean people. You really have two jobs every day if you want to become a great leader. You want to unlock the love in other people. You got to love as large as you possibly can today to everyone, including those who don't like you, who don't love you back. And then you got to top it tomorrow. What does it mean to top it? What does it mean to top something?
Do better.
To get better at it. You ever play that game as a kid where you put their hands out and then you put your hand on top? And they put their hand on top, you know, and you keep going higher and higher and higher? That is what leadership is. It's not your fist out, it's your hand out saying, how can I serve you? How can I help you? In love. And then another person says, I'm going to top that. And you say, I'm going to top that. And then together you elevate each other and you elevate humanity by adding more love to our culture and our society and our world. There's tons of hidden treasure all over the place. Most of the love is locked away inside of us. And we need leaders who are worthy, who have the magic. Take their skeleton keys and unlock the love and bring it out of people so we can give it away to other people. That's really the whole point to life, is to add more love to your life and the lives of other people. As my student said, you got to have the mayo to spread the mayonnaise. You got to put yourself first on your love list and love other people as large as you possibly can. I just wish I could hug my grandma right now and say, thank you, I get it now. But I know she understands. All these years later, I can still feel her with me. In fact, many years ago, with the Fountain by Living magazine, I wrote an article about my grandma, the key to life, and the skeleton keys on it. We talked about fan mail the other day about becoming writers. People say, hey, I don't know you personally, you made me a better person. I got a letter from someone in North Carolina who was an emergency nurse in a hospital in North Carolina. And somehow, my article about my grandma, the skeleton key, reached her. And she wanted me to know that the skeleton key article that I wrote about my grandma Schultz in Alpena, Michigan, was in a place in North Carolina in the break room of an emergency room hospital. And that these nurses and healthcare workers loved my article so much as they deal with life and death every moment. And they come into the break room, and they look at it, and it's hanging on the wall in their break room. And it reminds them as they're holding people's hands, helping them heal or helping them transition on. Their most important job is to give love. You know, John Wooden used to say that love is the greatest medicine and it cures all ills of the world when enough of us give it away. My challenge for you this week is not only put yourself first on your love list, but to love the people who aren't loving to you. Every single person you encounter this week who says F you to you in all its forms, who criticizes you or is mean to you or rejects you, says F you in any way, before you say bless you back and mean it. Every time someone says F you, bless you and mean it. When someone sees us, what do we say? Bless you. When someone sees something bad is coming out of them, when something bad comes out of someone, say bless you and wish to heal them. Don't return. You don't sneeze back. Oh yeah, hut you. No, it'd be crazy. You bless them and go wash your hands of them. That's our job. When we don't encounter love, is to add more love to every place we go, to unlock it. It is truly life's greatest treasure. And I hope you'll use that key wisely. All right? Now, what I want you to do is you use